Hello, everyone, and welcome to In The Dugout. I'm Michael Shively, the voice of the Lincoln Saltdogs, and today I'm joined by Saltdogs right-handed pitcher Jake Hohensee. This is another special edition of In The Dugout, going over the air on Saltdogs Radio and also on Saltdogs social media. And Jake Hohensee, my guest today. Jake, you're a Lincoln guy. Lincoln East High School, went to UNL, and now you're playing for the Saltdogs. That's a bunch of fun for the guys, for the fans that have watched you throughout your career, now getting to watch you pitch professionally. Is that fun for you, getting to make your pro debut in your hometown?
Oh, it's a great thing. I mean, I saw everybody that I saw at Nebraska games here at the Saltdogs games, so it was pretty cool to see all those people, and they come down to the bullpen pretty much every game and come say hi, and it was special to come back here for at least one more season and give the fans a show this year. So.
Absolutely, and you grew up in Lincoln, so I know you went to some Saltdogs games. What was your experience with the Saltdogs like back when you were growing up?
I mean, it's what the kids do now. I mean, go out there and play in the playground, throw the ball around. Didn't pay too much attention to the games until I was closer into high school, but it was fun, and I get to train with some of the guys that played here. I mean, Peachy Billette, Brian Rodaway, even Dan Reichert.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, all these guys, and they taught me a lot and what it takes to play professional baseball, and so far they've got me here and hopefully keep going from there.
Is there any season or game or moment that you remember from watching the Saltdogs growing up that sticks out to you?
Not really. Don't have too much.
Do you remember the 2009 season?
I do. My trainer, Peachy Billette, he has a poster of the 09 team.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It was pretty cool to see all those guys on there. And then just a couple years later, Kurt Smith on that team in 2011, and he's still here. Just a privilege to play with that guy and deal with all the guys that have played previously to me and show me how to do the ropes and everything like that. So, yeah.
So now you're just over a couple months into your professional career. How do you evaluate how you've pitched so far?
At first, it was a little rocky, but I'm starting to figure out that you need to pitch instead of just throw. A lot of the older guys, Derek Gordon has taught me a lot, and Dan Johnson has. Every single guy on this team have told me, like, hey, you have to do it a certain way, and it's not the same as college. And that was the biggest wake-up call for me when I got into here. And this is a talented league, a lot of good hitters, a lot of good pitchers, and you can learn a lot from each and every game.
When you say pitch, not throw, that's something that I've heard from a lot of pitchers on the Saltdogs team over the last couple of years. What do you mean by that? What's the difference between pitching and throwing?
So a lot of younger guys are velocity happy, and I'll say I was too when I came in here. I wanted to light up the radar gun, and that's just
well, it's pretty cool to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see those high numbers, but when they're right down the middle, these guys can hit it. So that's just throwing, and then pitching is you have to know what kind of curveballs and when you throw your changeup, when you throw your fastball, inside, outside, and that's how you really pitch in the professional league. So.
There's a big jump from the Big Ten to this level of professional baseball. What's the biggest difference in hitters from college to pro?
They're more disciplined. You throw fastballs no other in college, and you can blow it right by them. And I've learned that you can't do that here. There are some former big leaguers, AA, AAA guys. It's a completely different game. It's quicker pace, and I'm looking forward to the challenges ahead of me. So.
Jake, I like watching you pitch, and I liked watching you as a Husker because you bring a lot of energy to the mound. And I know one thing that Husker fans got used to is your Walkup song coming up to some AC/DC. How did you pick that song, and how did you kind of let that grow into your personality on the mound?
Freshman year of college, my dad just goes, all right, pick AC/DC. I listened to it a couple times, and heart started racing. I said, yeah, that's absolutely what I want to do. And every year I just could not change it. And I wanted to play a song that the fans know, and the older fans, younger fans, everything. And so far, I mean, it's helped. It's brought a lot of energy to me and the team and everything. And I know the teammates like it a little bit, so I'm going to keep with it.
Now, you're an energetic guy up there. You're an emotional guy on the mound. How does that fit how you pitch?
Oh, it's 100% adrenaline-based on the mound. I love adrenaline. I love the big situations that I come in, and I didn't get that much as a starter as in college, and when I moved to the pen, it kind of exploited my talents and everything like that on the mound, and it was fun to do that again. Go on the mound and just throw as hard as I can, and who knows where it's going, but again, I've taught myself a little bit how to pitch instead of just throw. So.
That was going to be my next question. A big transition. You were a Friday night starter for the Huskers on your junior season, and then you come back as a senior and a completely different role as the closer. How did that transition come about, and how did it go for you?
Well, junior year after the season, Darren Erstad, he just said that the scouts wanted to see me out of the pen, and I said, absolutely, I'm not going to, if the scouts want that, I'm definitely going to do that. So, I think it was the best opportunity, and I understood that I could pitch a lot more instead of just once a week, like a starter would. So it was fun to just come out there and close games, and hopefully at some point do it here. So.
Well, you've mentioned Coach Erstad a few times. You had a handful of seasons underneath him, a guy that has so much experience professionally too. What is one thing that he's taught you, or even maybe that pitching coach Ted Silva taught you, that still sticks with you and something that you call back upon in your pro career?
There's a lot that both of them have taught me, but the main point that he focused on with us is always be humble. Don't always get too big of a head, and this game will catch up to you. If you think you're better than everybody else, that next outing you can give up 4 runs on 3 home runs. It's just the way baseball works, and always stay humble and get after it. That's what he says.
So you had some good moments, great moments as a closer, as a starting pitcher, a lot of success with the Huskers. Is there one outing that you have that sticks out as this was my best or my favorite outing as a Husker pitcher?
I would say junior year versus Maryland at home. As a starter, I went 8+ innings, and it wasn't the game that I enjoyed the most. It was when I got pulled off the field and the Husker fans went nuts and started to get a little emotional, and I had to hug my buddy in the dugout and everything, and it was a special moment. And the fact that Saltdogs fans are just as good, and hopefully get that here soon. So.
Well, Jake, it's special that you get to pitch in your hometown, and I wish you the best of success the rest of the season. Thanks for taking time today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Saltdogs relief pitcher Jake Hohensee in the dugout. That does it for this edition of In the Dugout.